All right, let's, sorry that it went off, so this is part 2. Girls, thank you for paying attention, I appreciate that. So, then number 6 is going to be the computer. You have to have a computer, okay? Now, the school has embraced, I'll give this in writing to you as well. The school has embraced bring your own, BYOD, so do that. Clear? Now, I recommend, highly recommend, is it very important because I have to get through this? Yes?
What if I use a smartphone instead of a...
No, you can't use a smartphone. I mean, that's a nice little backup, but you have to have a computer. Understood? Okay. Now, what's highly recommended, and a lot of people have them already, but a printer. It's highly recommended that you have a printer.
You have to bring it with you.
No, at home.
Yes, well, you have to bring it with you to school.
Home. Have a printer at home. How many people have printers at home? Raise your hand. You know, most of you are going to have that anyway. So if you don't have one, I strongly recommend getting one. Okay, so that finishes supplies. Okay? Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on grading. But this is how I grade, and this is how I will grade. Are you ready? Many of you know this. How many teachers grade on total points? Raise your hand. Okay. We have one that understands what that means. Okay. Let's say the only thing you need to know is the weight of everything I give, all assessments, is 1. Test, though, is 3. Could be 2, it could be 4, but it's usually 3, because if I have a short chapter or I have a double chapter, we have 3 double units where we do 2 chapters at the same time. Not many, but there are a few that we do. Clear? So I would give it more weight. Okay? For instance, if I start out giving quizzes, they're going to be like, the quiz I'm going to give the next time is going to be out of like 8. It's going to be a small quiz. Okay? Where it's like n out of 8 points. Okay? So let's say you get a 6 out of 8. Okay? But by the time we're finished the unit, I'm not sure it'll happen with this material, but you could have a quiz that's worth 100 points. So you get a 90 out of 100. Because the more difficult the quizzes become, the longer we're doing quizzes, the more points they're worth. Correct? It's fair. Why would I give a 100-point quiz on something that you're completely confused about? It would be difficult. You'd get buried. Clear? Okay, so then tests, though, have a weight of 3. In other words, the tests are going to be n out of 120. There's going to be 40 multiple choice questions on every test, and then, so it's going to be 120 points. But there's 20 hidden, it's whatever you want it to be, extra credit. Challenging problems. What problems are challenging? Whatever you think. Okay? So then I say, please, you have a question? Yes. All right, I'm explaining. I haven't finished. Let me finish explaining it, and then ask me a question. Okay? That's not a problem. Questions, I love questions. Okay? But I've got like 4 minutes left. Okay. So let's say you get 85 points out of 120. Does anybody have a calculator?
Yes.
Right? Can you calculate that, please? 85 divided by 120. We couldn't get that value in 7th grade. We have a lot of calculator things to do in 7th grade.
70%.
What is it?
70%.
70%. So that's 70%, right? So not very good, right? But the grade, but I do it out of 100. So it's 85 out of 100. Okay? Clear? Yes, do you understand?
Yes.
So you get 20 free points. Fair? Could it be more fair? It could not be more fair. Clear? Now, but it has a weight of 3. But I put the grade in as if it were out of 100. But it's going to multiply everything by 3. What's 3 times 85? You're just staring at me like you don't want to participate. Okay, it's
255.
255. You did it in your head. I like that. Mental math. So it's 255 out of 300. And then homework is out of anywhere from 5 to 20 points. So let's put a few in there. So I simply add up all the numerators, I add up all the denominators, and I divide total numerator, so those are the student points, total student points, divided by total teacher points, times 100, equals your grade. Understood? Excuse me?
I think it's recording.
It stopped recording?
No battery.
Low battery. That's okay. Do you have a question? Or you were going to say that? Okay, I think it'll be fine, hopefully. Understand? It's a very fair system. And I'll give this in writing to you, and I want you to get it signed, etc. But it's very fair. You know, you can call me a lot of things in life, and I have been called a lot of things in life. But there's one thing I am, and that is very fair. I am. I'm very fair. So it's just total points. Whatever points you accumulate, that's how many points you get. And you divide all the points you get by all the possible points. And you can check your grade online through the parent portal, or you can ask me any day during class and I'll have my screen up. I don't, you know, you're going to have to ask me when we're having a little downtime, when you're doing some work. If I'm lecturing or want to get going, it would not be a good time to ask me. Clear? So behavior is you act normal. And if you don't know what normal is, we can have a sit down and talk about it. Okay? You have, you're nice to each other. Okay? Kind, compassionate. Okay? Attila the Hun, you don't want to act, Attila the Hun acted normal and was pretty awful. So you want to make sure, if you have a question on what normal is, you know, ask me. Okay? Let's see what else. Anything else? So we will make the video, it's kind of a wrap-up video, and I'll make one tonight. I'll make another one tonight. I know, the last video I'm making, one of the last videos I'm making, last big one is, I'm going to do all the problems in the chapter, and I'm going to narrate them, question and answer, and talk about the answer if I feel that something needs to be said. Any questions? Are you hungry? I'm absolutely starving. Yes? Those textbooks that you got today, you take home and leave them there. We have a class set. Make sure you bring your computer every day. Those, just leave there, okay? Just your chemistry textbook. Have a great day, and goodbye.